take me somewhere we can be alone. I'll be waiting. All that's left to do is run. You'll be the prince and I'll be the princess. It's a love story, baby, just say. Welcome to another episode of the Swindon Lot with me, Dr. Benji, FM. I am going to start every single video from now on with song lyrics and a musical accompaniment. So leave suggestions down. I don't know what's happened. So transfers have happened. That's what's happened. After last season's disappointment, if you've not seen it, I've kind of given it away by saying disappointment, but go back and watch it. It's 29 minutes or something. It's an epic, but go watch it. Anyway, pause. Here we are, everyone. Welcome to the new season. So, transfer dealings have happened. I've been busy on the ins and outs. Let's start with the outs. We're going to start off with Fakir, who I've loaned out to Mainz. Do you know what? He's been a stalwart of our side. Last season, though, didn't play so much for me at all. 6 appearances. So I thought, you know what? We'll move him on. I've brought in quite a few more central midfielders, so we're okay in that area. And do you know what? I thought I'd just let him go. Let him play some football rather than sort of pigeonhole him into a substitute spot week in, week out, which I didn't think he deserved, frankly. So let's talk about it. 30 million from Man City, 30 million from Liverpool. Jan Slammer, last season's left back, 6'3", tall for a left back. That was always my thought, tall for a left back. As you can see, he's on 125 grand at City now. Got 30 million for him. He was good for me last year. Can't complain. Really, really solid. So cheers, mate. 7.38 average rating. Thanks for your services. 22 million pound profit on him. I'll take it. Scapuzzi has also left us. Very talented right winger, but we've moved him on again over 100k per week, which because of our stadium we can't yet do. Got an update on that coming soon. Again, 25 million pound profit. Had an excellent season for me, 7.66. It's going to be tough. Who's going to replace him in that right wing spot? You will be surprised. So let's talk about the ins, shall we? Quite a few exciting ones on the agenda. Let's start off with the loanee from Roma, Gianluca Girardi, I think we'll call him. A bit of sort of, how can I put this? He's basically, he's a backup, isn't he? But he's a very good backup. Contreras, as I've mentioned last season, suffers a lot with lack of rotation. This is the man who's come in to provide that rotation. He's still 22, so he's got a little bit of time to go. Physically, excellent. Tackling, marking, not so bad. Crossing, dribbling, and heading isn't too awful either. Mentally, pretty good for a 22-year-old as well. So he's in the van. Work rates are good. Leadership's good. Determination's good. I fancy he'll do a good job. Moving on. Juan Sanz, got him in on a free transfer, released by Valencia. And I thought, you know what, how can I just let a guy like this go? 46 grand a week. I thought, yes, let's get him on a free. Even if it doesn't work out, he's the kind of guy you can sell on for 10, 15 million at the end of the season. So who knows? Who knows how well he'll do for us? As I say, got rid of Fakir, so I needed someone pretty similar. And this guy is that guy. Another free transfer, Victor Gabadamasi. That's what we'll go with. It's an interesting signing. Different. Not the sort of signing I usually make. Attacking midfielder. This season we are going to play with one. We're going to play with Shadow. I'll introduce you to him in a moment. Again, free transfer. If it doesn't work out, can sell him on. There's no more to it. There's literally no more to it. Craig Baker and Keith Brennan, neither of them are very spectacular, both English. We'll just see if either of them are any good ever. I don't know. We don't have a lot of English players. I have spent $1 million on Keith Brennan, actually. 18-year-old from Birmingham. Just looks like he could be a decent centre-back one day, maybe not. I just have a lack of English young players, so I wanted to get one in. Okay, Santiago Corvalan from Vélez. This is where things start to get a little bit more interesting. Another central midfielder. Cost me, 4 million from Vélez. Good player. I like him. There's quite a few players at the start of the game that you can get. Cran Vita Romero, obviously from Argentina. This seems to be someone in a very similar mould. 23 years of age, £45,000 a week-ish. I'm hoping he can do a good job for me. He's not had a spectacular time in Australia, in Argentina, but I'm hoping we can probably get the best out of him. Moving forward, Gustavo Vialli. Now, you saw there I'd got a player for the right back spot to provide cover. I've now got myself some left back cover. Again, Argentina, 30 grand a week. We've got Gustavo Vialli. It should be really good for me. If you look at his key stats for a left back / centre back, 18 tackling, 18 heading. 16 marking, decent passing, good first touch, physically good once again, mentally solid. I'm looking forward to using him. He can play centre back as well. Versatility at the back. That's the key thing for me. Again, another one from Boca. We raided Australia. Why do I keep saying Australia? Argentina. Guido Vidala. I think it's Vidala. Some people will recognise this person, not a regen, 26 years of age, doesn't even have a face, according to my game. I'll try and fix that. Yeah, he's going to be our shadow striker for the season. I'm hoping he can do a job for us. Not as aggressive as you might need, but everything else, he's got it in abundance. Coming in, cost me 10 million? Bargain. Already got a goal for the club. We've played a few league matches already. But yeah, 18 dribbling, 16 finishing. You can see from the stats that he's very good. I don't need to say any more than that. Obviously, when we got rid of Goetze, I always figured that I wasn't going to play someone in that shadow striker role. Then last season, it turns out I did play someone there. So he's going to be the man for us. And finally, 28 million on a man that I've been after for a very long time, I've got to be honest. Going from Norwich, 28 million spent, first choice left back. And I really like the look of him. He's like, for me at least, he's Contreras but left back version, and I really like him. £50,000 a week. I just think he's solid. I think he's really solid. He's not spectacular in terms of assists and goals and whatnot, but he offers us just solid. And I like the fact I've now got a back line, which is very solid. If you take a look at the back line now, it's Jovanovic, Manamana, Abrakov and Contreras, and occasionally it's Perez Godoy. Depends on the situation of fitness and whatnot. But yeah, that's how it's looking so far. And that's the team we're going to go with. Tadej still in the middle, Adrian still with us, Barrett. Sanchez isn't actually playing on the right-hand side. So here's the master plan, Ben. Who are you playing on the right-hand side? Casca. We'll talk about it later when we get into a game. Now, the first bit of news to bring you then. This episode might be a little bit longer because we've got lots of things to cover. Right, let's go across to Dictionary Corner. Well, not Dictionary Corner. But as you can see, we're getting a new stadium, a 35,000-seater stadium, the Don Rogers Park, Swindon Hall of Famer. It's coming in 2 years' time, so let's not get too above our station. But the good news is we're getting a new stadium, which I think's nice. Right then, next bit of news. We have facilities being upgraded. Show me that they're being upgraded. There they are. Youth facilities and training facilities both being upgraded, which is really positive news for the club. It's been a long time coming. It's finally happening, and our balance, because of the sales of 60 million, is looking okay. Not too worried about the projected balance because we're in the Champions League and it doesn't take that into account at this stage. Now, we have, speaking of the Champions League group stage draw is coming right now, as well as the transfer window. And then after we've done the draw, we're going to skip ahead because I have to go through the transfer window registration stuff to the whole game. And I'll talk about our league form. But hopefully, and this wasn't supposed to happen, but it's had a little bit of a freeze. Here we go then. Are we at the transfer? Okay, this is great, deadline day and all that, but I'm not going to bring anyone in. So this is all pointless. All this is nonsense as well because I've just signed these people. So don't start offering me them. Hibernian want do you know what? That actually can happen. There's lots of players I was interested in, obviously, throughout the summer. Now they're getting moves right at the back end of the window. I just want to do the Champions League group stage thing. Oh, come on. Okay, yeah, you can go out again. Say I want to get more English players and I loan him out. You're not going anywhere. Give me the Champions League draw. This is what we're here for. Okay, here we go then, finally. Right, Swindon lot in the Champions League. We're 8 minutes in and we've only just got to the draw. Right, we are in pot... Oh, blimey, 3. Holy moly. Okay, so obviously we're going to get one of the big boys in pot 1. I'm nervous because this is the season. This is a defining season where I want to win either this competition or the Premier League. Just to give us some sort of... Why am I taking so long on that bit and this bit? Right, we're going to skip through these bits. Now, we can go in the Napoli-Barca group. Don't really want it. Zenit are in there. We can't go in the Chelsea group. We can go in the Monaco-Bayern group, which I don't mind so much, actually. Galatasaray take it. We can't go in the City group. Porto PSG, another one I don't mind so much. Obviously, F, G and E, weird way of saying it. E, F and G are the ones we can go into. And we can't go in H because Manchester United are already in that group. Porto PSG. Okay. I don't mind it so much. Let's see who the final team we're going to get is. Any interesting ones there? Oh, let's just draw it. Dynamo from Croatia. Decent team from Croatia as well. So that should be fun. Any groups of death in there that you can see? Any exciting groups? They're all pretty even, to be honest. Yeah, I'll say they're all pretty even. Anyway, as I mentioned, we'll now skip forward to the whole game, and I'll speak to you in just a moment. So I've just drawn the Capital One Cup fixtures. We've got Arsenal, which is good. Anyway, I'm going to just continue on from this point because I need to talk to you about Casca. As I mentioned earlier, whenever it was, Fotheringham's upset that I didn't sell him. I can't sell Wesley Fotheringham. That's the situation. He's upset he didn't leave, but you can't sell him. So I mentioned I'm going to play Casca out on the right-hand side. He's right-footed, he's pacey, and more importantly, he's in the squad and he's not going to play up front because Pixie, frankly, is too good. Let me just briefly do this. Auto-select. Anything untoward. I might put I'm debating putting... how long's Bonner out for? 6 weeks. Okay, I'm going to put Sanchez in ahead of Bonner. Just for now. We may change that round at some point. In. There we are. Everything's settled? Yeah, good. Right. Continuing on then. So yeah, we're going to play Casca on the right-hand side. We've got Barrett on one side, who's pacey as anything, gets down the wing, cuts the ball across. And I feel like last season, we had Scapuzzi, who was very good at assisting, but didn't score enough from that right-hand side. We scored a lot of goals last year, but a lot of them came from Pixie, as you know, he scored 50 or whatever it was. So this is the situation we've got in the squad as things stand right now. As you can see, now Casca isn't a natural right winger, but for me at least, if he gets his acceleration up, I'm training him to play in this position. If he gets his crossing and dribbling up a little bit as well, he could be, I don't know, it's more of a trial than anything else. But if we look at winger on support, he's got the stats to do it. If he can work on his crossing and dribbling, if he can get those up, he's only 25, he's still got a little bit of time to grow. I think he could be a really potent asset on that right side. And I didn't want to have to spend 30-40 million on a really top quality right winger, because I didn't want to put us at risk, frankly. So anyway, how are we getting on in the league, you might be wondering, Ben? You're talking about all this league stuff. 2 games, 2 wins. 2 relatively straightforward wins as well. The first of which was against Fulham, who have just come back up from the Championship, I believe, and then the second against Tottenham, 3-1. So that gives us to the game against Hull to start us off with. And now, much like last season, I'm going to be kind of intermittent with the uploads for the first half of the season, because it's kind of the stepping stones to the second half of the season. So I guess we'll see how we're doing. I might well bring you the final Champions League group stage game, because that might mean something. So it might actually have an impact on what happens in the future of the save. But if it doesn't go very well, which I'm hoping it does, then we won't do. Anyway, this video has gone on quite a long time before we've even got to a game. So let's bring you said game right now. We are, of course, playing at home, playing from left to right in the first half. And I'm hoping our new, I was going to say trio, but I mean more than that. Our new players can fit into the squad and put in a fine performance against Hull City, who you'd expect us to beat, obviously. But we also what happened at the end of last season. Jovanovic does very well to get there. Pixie, can he get back on his goal-scoring run? Shot at goal, but deflected. And behind for Hull. So yeah, the season started off well. Fulham and Tottenham obviously not going to be contenders, you wouldn't think, at the top of the table. So games you'd expect us to win. But we've got to keep picking up points. We've got to keep winning the games we should win. Because the last thing you need when you're trying to go for a title is to drop points against teams like Hull. So although this seems like a bit of sort of a meaningless game, for me it's just as important as any other game, because you've got to make sure you win these ones. Even if you draw this, it's just like such a letdown, because you'll look back at the end of the year and think, oh, do you know what, we should have done something there. And that is a interesting ball in from Casca, who I may change to an inside forward at some point. I've been debating that as well. Although I'm training him to play it on the wing, I think maybe an inside forward might suit his style slightly better. But again, it's going to be something I'm going to monitor over the next few games while I play through the Swindon lot. And the ball is having a Mano, doesn't know where it's going. Is it coming or going? It doesn't know. Look at it. It's out of control. There's some David Blaine is in the ground because he's making the ball do wicked things. Look at it. It's mental. Okay. And the ball stopped. Cease. Hull creating a bit of an attack here, but cleared and then knocked back in again. We're going to have to see if this this partnership, Vidala and Pixie, can they work together to create something lovely. And Tadir has finished it off from distance as well, following it up, that box-to-box midfield role that we talked about last season. He's fulfilling what we want from it there. Let's have a little look at the 3D replay. I like to see how it's gone in, how it's kicked it all off. Show me it. Let me enjoy it. Okay, we'll just wait. Shall I sing some more? No? Okay. We'll carry on. So you see there, Pixie stopped on the first one. Slide tackle. And then Tadir from 18 yards. Slots home. We probably expect the keeper to do a little bit better, but whatever. Don't give a stuff about what the whole keeper's doing, frankly. 30 minutes gone. Can we keep the pressure on? A good goal to start us on our way. Again, although I say that like this is the first game of the season, we've played a couple already. Barrett on this left side. I guess this is a good opportunity to say, Casca, that's why he's out there, because he can finish. That's a good feeling. That's one of those feelings where you make a decision and you think, please work, please work, please work, then it works. As ever, leave your predictions in the chat. Where we finish in the chat, I'm a streamer, sorry. In the comment section, where do you think we'll finish this year? Get it in there right now. Scroll down while not much is going on and put where you think we're going to finish next season. Quick scroll up, there's going to be a goal. I can sense it. Adrian works his way inside, powers a goal. McCarthy with a good set. Okay, go back down, finish off your comment. Okay, Tadea, ball in. Cleared. I don't know if that's Tom Ince. He's got the name Ince. It could well be Tom Ince, and Tadea's offside now. I was very sort of 50-50 on replacing Tadea in midfield. If I could get a better box-to-box midfielder, I was going to. But it didn't really work out that way, and I thought we brought some other midfielders in, but they're more creative than they are box-to-box, and if needs be, Adrian can play there. I don't know if you have to call him Adrian or Adrian. I think because he's Spanish, it's more of an Adrian, isn't it, than an Adrian. I think we'll go with Adrian. Kasanik's still in goal for us, but lots of bids for him in the summer, as there were for a lot of the players. Pixie had interest, Manamana had interest, signed a new contract as well. Come on then, Pixie. Let's go, my boy. They're blimey, didn't he hammer that home? Pixie with a finish, second goal of the season. He's well on his way. 3 games, 2 goals for him. I'm hoping he has a equal season to last year, if not better. Who knows? Adrian plays it through, and Pixie, blimey, didn't he half hit that? That was hit and it stayed hit, I think is the phrase. Jovanovic into the middle. Contreras, Pixie. We're having a lot of chances in this first half. Pixie's picked it up again. Tadea, maybe a second. Casca. Oh, you've got to score it, my boy. You've got to score it. Casca has blazed one over the bar. So, yeah. 3-0 at half time. It's going very well. And do you know what? I'm happy with the transfers that we've made. Obviously, not a lot of them starting in the game today. I've been victim of that too many times. You make changes, you bring new players in, you try and integrate them all at once, and it frankly doesn't work. And although we've changed Casca's position up, he's been here a long time, and he knows what's required. So really, what is there only one player? No, 2 players. Sorry, the left back, Jovanovic, and Vidala, who's the other one, starting on not their debuts, but in their debut season for Swindon. Now, it's interesting with Manama now as well, because he's been injured last season. I'm worried that he won't have as good a season this year, but he started off the season okay. Pixie from close range, Adrian, Jovanovic puts it back in. We look a threat down this left side all of a sudden, which hasn't been a theme in recent seasons, but if it is this year, then that's excellent news. Holland now bringing it away at pace as well. If he can make an interception and maybe break, that would be marvellous. Tadea now, here we go, Pixie. Does he head it back? He certainly does. Barrett towards Adrian. A lot of width in this team all of a sudden. Pixie is roaming all over the place, still playing as a complete forward on attack. And boy, does he get everywhere. It's fantastic. Although Hull, looks like it's going to be their chance. And then a shot from Ince. Again, I'm not sure if it's Tom Ince, but it may well be. Can we counter-attack, or is that going to be a goal? Hull have got a goal back. 30 minutes to go. There's no way we'll bottle this. It's not in our nature. But yeah, no one picks up the man at the front post. Sort of ghosts in. And a decent finish. Kasanik doesn't really move. I guess with half an hour to go, we will make a couple of changes. What are we going to do? That's the real question. I think we're going to bring Santiago in. We're going to make the change we talked about. We can play Adrian as the box-to-box. So we'll do that. I think, bearing in mind Manamana's fitness issues last season, we're going to bring Godoy on. And we possibly will bring Craig Tanner on a little bit later. But as I say, half an hour to go. Let's make sure we see this game out before we make any more changes. If we score another goal, Tanner's on. I think if you're ever with a 3-goal margin with 20 minutes to go, the boy Tanner comes on. But if Hull... Okay, I don't want Hull to spring a surprise. That wouldn't have been very pleasant. Kovalan. Adrian. Can he slip through Pixie? No, he's played out wide to Jovanovic. Who good, decent ball across, but blocks. Contreras now on the other side. You forget he's there, really. And Vidala, with his goal, a new signing for us, without a face, the mystery man. With that goal, though, I'm very happy that he scored a goal, but Craig Tanner's now coming on, because it's Craig Tanner, and he's got too much history not to play in a live com. So when you come, Craigie boy, fix this. When I say fix this, I mean make it 5. That's the dream. Time is ticking. Pixie, he's not really a free kick specialist. Oh, second attempt, though. Magical. Absolutely magical. We'll take it. 5-1. Things are looking up for Swindon. This season's starting very well. If the form continues like this, we're all over it. There'll be songs aplenty. I should say, because the episodes are going to be a bit more spread, there will be less songs. But as I mentioned at the start of the episode, feel free to leave a suggestion. I'm going to say now, if you've enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like, as that brings us to the end. We've had all sorts of episodes. Champions League draw, we've had a game, and the new transfers in and out Look at that, we have dominated the match, and we've been doing that a lot recently. So, from me, Dr. Benji, thank you very much for watching. If you're enjoying the Swindon lot and you're enjoying one more year, please leave a like if you want to see more. Subscribe to the channel. With love, with care, from me, Dr. Benji. Goodbye. You can call me Ben if you want. I always say Dr. Benji, but Ben is what people usually call. Anyway, bye. Yeah, I should have ended this.